Our next presenter is Lalo Alcaraz, the most prolific Chicano artist in the world, according to his hastily self-written bio. Satirist at Pocho.com, comic strip creator of La Cucaracha, editorial cartoonist who is nationally syndicated and father of three. One of the most hated brown people in the U.S., and that's saying something. So please welcome Lalo.
Jack was taking so long, I went to back to the hotel. I have my own timer too. And lunch is ready. So, I've given. I know these are the TED style talks or whatever, but I gave a TEDx talk in L.A. And I realized that I had severely overprepared and was really hard on myself. Especially coming after the speaker before me was a RN at an emergency room RN. She was a badass, also a fitness instructor, a trainer. So her TED Talk consisted of having everybody stand up and dance in their seats and shake their butts to Zumba or whatever the hell that is. And I was like, oh my God, I overprepared. So in the spirit of that, everybody no, just kidding. In the spirit of that, I'm just going to show you 10,000 slides, cartoons on immigration. My talk is supposedly called "Show Me Your Cartoon Papers," and I've been drawing immigration cartoons since 1993, 94, when the Prop 187 campaign started in California, which is the first. In modern kind of times, anti-immigrant political campaign by initiative, which is the granddaddy to the Arizona madness that's going on right now. So it's a clear line from the death of the California Republican Party to hopefully soon the death of Jan Brewer. I did really well with Arizona, and I like to turn my cartoons into posters and distribute them online and let people use them in marches and rallies and things. This is I did a raft of Arizona cartoons, and I'm going to blast through them so that we can see everything. Here's John McCain, McCain the Bear. Only you Mexicans start forest fires. He was blaming. Undocumented immigrants are very convenient to blame for everything. Arizona. Disregard the letter in the middle. This is the Liberties on the Run, based on the immigrant crossing sign. And the Indigo Girls actually used this on their recent tour through Arizona, Alabama, and Georgia, the South, and use it as T-shirts and posters to talk about immigration. So I put this on, actually, I got to go back a second. I put this on my Facebook page, and people said, man, I like that cartoon, but why do you have 3 pregnant punk rockers running across the street? And then I put this on my Facebook page, and people are like, congratulations, you got Jan Brewer to stand in front of your sign. I go, have you ever heard of Photoshop? It's this new thing. Actually, the whole Jan Brewer thing came up where I mentioned at the Library of Congress gig that I will do like really brutal, and I didn't even find all of them that I've done, graphics and different things for my website, for Pocho.com, about Jan Brewer. And there's the 1% of feminists that will come and say that, well, that's messed up that you make fun of her appearance, or you're an ageist, or that's disrespectful. And I say, I don't care. I think Jan Brewer's a demon that should go back to hell. And her anger and evil looks, it comes through in her face. And, if she looks like she's melting because she stared into the Ark of the Covenant, maybe that's it. I don't know. That's not my fault. Moisturize, No intelligent life on Mars. And I want to thank the New York Times for doing these cool portraits of people now for their websites that they stand against a white background. Because you could drop in the people anywhere. Here Jan Brewer is visiting her Mexican relatives, the momias de Guanajuato. And I just have her here, part of the border moat. Senor Obama, tear down this wall. Here's Sheriff Joe Arpaio. America's Top Hog. I know it's an easy, gag, but people like this stuff, and I use my art to also rally people, and I feel like immigrants they're a pushed upon group, and so are Latinos, and so I'm an advocate for that. I grew up on the U.S.-Mexico border. My parents are Mexican immigrants, and you cannot convince me that immigrants are evil or whatever the laws are in the U.S., those are transitory. They're not real. Human beings are real, and they have human rights. And I do hand them out sometimes to people in rallies. And these actually made it to a rally in Phoenix against Sheriff Joe and Arpaio and SB 1070. And this lady's an activist in L.A. She came by my house, took a stack of like 80 posters, handed them out. I said, on the condition that you take a picture of them. And she comes back, she goes, oh man, I didn't get one good picture of them. But we found this one picture on a white supremacy website because this guy was going around trying to intimidate everybody by taking photos. And I want to thank, the Klan for the really nice photograph. And I do La Cucaracha as my comic strip. It's occasionally veers into political, or sometimes not. Rehydrated lunch again? Chill. I know a good spot around here. And of course, this cartoon is no longer accurate because there's no more space shuttles. This came out on the 4th of July. It's a color Sunday. Is there any way we can add a line about outlawing Latinos? Security, please remove the delegate from Arizona. And Meg Whitman was a lady that ran against Jerry Brown last campaign, and she screwed herself over by firing her maid, who was an undocumented immigrant, who was there in the on the right, the trash can. But mostly people will look at this and say, God, why do you draw Jan Brewer like that? I mean, not Jan Brewer, Meg Whitman like that. And I said, well, because she looks like that. It's a billionaire, man. Get your teeth fixed. And here's one, GOP Piñata Party, Latinos. Wham, bam, whomp. Okay, now, why won't you vote for me? Finally, a minority group I can support. This has nothing to do with immigration, by the way. Here's the Chilean miners unable to reach the immigration reform. How's that for a label? Right there, down there. Give me that license, undocumented immigrant. Now go park my car. Show me your papers. Obama's new immigration policy. Here's Hillary Clinton in her first visit to Mexico, dressed as a commando. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like pretty funny. Free trade. Here's Wolverine taking all our jobs. Your style of clothing is bringing shame to our family. Here's the Secret Service scandal in Colombia. Colombia, we're not just known for drugs anymore. Here's Barack Obama giving Dolores Huerta the Medal of Freedom, Presidential Medal of Freedom. And people don't know that Yes We Can is actually, translation of Si Se Puede, which is the farm workers' slogan, which Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez created. I'm trying to speed this up because my Jack Omen timer here says that time is running short. I do cartoons about the DREAM Act immigrant students that are just given the legislation from Obama, presidential order. This has nothing to do with immigration, but it was my biggest cartoon of this last year. Occupy LA. Here's Mitt Romney's money. Here's this is Mexican Mitt Romney, and if you're on Twitter, you've not followed Mexican Mitt Romney. He's a very good friend of mine. He was named by Politico as the number one, or at least it was ranked as number one in a list of 1 to 10 of the top 10 fake political Twitter accounts. And so, as a friend of Mexican Mitt, I'm very proud of that. Nobody knows who the guy behind Mexican Mitt is, but I know he's very handsome. Latino Heritage Month highlights: Anchor Babies Away, voting classes, Lucha Libre speed dating, reality TV show premiere, America's Top Taco Truck Chef, and Latino Republican membership drive hosted by the Arizona Republican Party. And in my strip, I have characters. One of them is an undocumented immigrant. His name is Memo, and it's Eddie's cousin. It says, "Cousin Memo, did you find work yet?" "See." "That was fast. What kind of work did you find?" "It was easy. We undocumented immigrants just take the jobs that Americans refuse to do. I'm Tori Spelling's agent." America, what a beautiful place. And this is my Sonia Sotomayor cartoon that I did starring my daughter, who I had to bribe with ice cream for her to sign the copy that we sent to the justice. Sotomayor, she has it in her office. Let me blast through. I want to get to the Pat Buchanan ESL Night School. You can also sign up for the one-way field trip to Juarez. This is a Sunday with Dora, all grown up. Please help. Cousin Memo, where are you going? My new job. Undocumented immigrants do the jobs that Americans refuse to do. See? I'm Charlie Sheen's translator. So you get it, he takes all these jobs. Tacos, this is a taco cart guy, is like the most popular guy in my strip. Jerry Brown is our governor. He looks like this all the time. I mean, with that expression. I'm not going to get into it, but this is my Viva Obama poster that I did during the last campaign. And this is my, I was really depressed about politics that day, and I drew Che Guevara with a Nike swoosh. And I wish I had drawn this one. I did do this one with Paris Hilton as Che Guevara. and, of course, freedom fighter. And I licensed these to some T-shirt guys and some guys. This company made tote bags and sold these in Tokyo, and it was a hit, right? And but I was wearing a T-shirt in a store in East LA one time, and a little homie came up to me and goes, "Yo, that's a dope ass Planet of the Apes shirt, eh?" So I was like, "Mijo, you're so close, you know." And here's a flashback with George Bush and Vicente Fox. Vicente Fox, I wish I could quit you. Me too, Jorgecito. Broke Border Mountain. And I did Voteria. I know I'm going to be a minute over. Voteria, it's like Loteria. The Mexican kind of bingo game, and I did that during the last election, with my favorite card being El Ex Borracho, which means the former drunk. And this year I did the Voteria for 2012. It says, our elections are now as colorful as Mexico's beloved board game. It's like bingo, gringo. And I have El Mitt Romney, La Ann Romney, El 1%, El Paul Ryan. He really works out. You can tell. El Fox News. Of course, I have to say that I do have these available as prints if anybody wants one. And also I have the Democratic edition. Our elections are now such a gamble, they might as well be a Mexican game of chance. Voteria, El Tea Party, and his T-shirt says, "Don't step on my snake." He's got a Kenyan sign. La First Lady, and you can tell that's Michelle Obama by the biceps. And she's rowing with food. El Presidente with a bloody knife or drone, I guess. El Middle Class, and El Bin Laden. He's going gloop, 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 gloop. All right, well, thank you very much. That's me.